Welcome back to Outdoor Nation TV. This is episode 1 of season 6. And thinking that we came 6 years doing this is absolutely incredible to me. And in this episode, it's all about my bear curse. I'm not going to say too much more. I'll just let the episode speak for itself. You know, I've been a producer of outdoor television for almost 12 years now. And more specifically, either behind the lens or behind the computer editing, I've been involved in a lot of bear hunts. I've had great luck being behind the lens. Being in front of the lens, not so much. This will be my 3rd bear hunt. I have a curse that has to be broken. Alberta, Canada, here I come. What I mean by a bear curse is that almost every time I've gone to an outfitter for anything other than bear, I've tagged out within the first day or 2. It all started in 2014 when I went on my first bear hunt. I went the whole week without even seeing a bear. Then in 2017, I personally didn't even see a bear that week. But when I got behind the camera, another guy in camp shot one on the first day. And to round all this out, I know I have a bear curse because when I took my wife Kristen on a bear hunt and with me behind the camera, guess what? She's tagged out on the first day. So when I tell you I have a bear curse, it just means I have the worst luck when it comes to hunting bear. I got the Remington 700 with the Burris scope. You know what you got to do when you get to a place where you're hunting. You got to shoot your gun. We got a makeshift target down there, a makeshift rest. I'm going to shoot this gun about 70, 80 yards. Tonight's shot should be a lot less than that. Aiming for the sticker. I'd say that's the sticker. We're tucked back in here in a deep, thick woods and overlooking a bait, couple barrels full of all kinds of goodies. We've come in here earlier today, pulled trail cameras. There's a really nice cinnamon bear in here and a big black bear. So if Kevin says it's big, it's big. Tight quarters, I've got a rifle and it's gonna get crazy next few hours here. With all of our concentration on that small black bear that came in earlier, I didn't even notice that the cinnamon bear we had on trail camera was slipping into the bait.
brown one right here.
Looking back over the footage now, I don't know why I passed this bear, but he was almost in a stretched out, sneaking in position to where he looked smaller than what he was. And by the time I made up my mind that that was a good one, he was already back into the deep woods, walking away from us. It's still early, and maybe he'll come back in. As the small bear took off, I noticed something big walking straight towards us. Wow, so close the first evening. I thought the bear curse was going to get broken the first day. All he had to do was take one more step at 40 yards and I would have had a shot. He was facing me and I didn't feel comfortable with that tree covering the vitals. Looking through the buroscope, I had plenty of light left, but for some reason, he took off running up the ridge. The light fading, the bear curse continues.
We all have a story to tell. You're not telling the story to us. You're not telling the story to your family. You're telling the story that your great-great-grandchildren will have the opportunity to see and listen to you.
Serve others, and you'll get that reward you're looking for.
When there's a need, we're there. Our presence makes the difference. We are saints in action.
Come over here to the Extreme Animals. There's many more animals. It only costs you $5 for all day. All right, right, we just got the four-wheelers unloaded. Our Chariots await to head back there in the brush and go after this big black bear that we seen last night. The big picture tonight though, the weather has changed, it's raining, and it's gonna rain some more, so we might get wet. We're gonna make the couple-mile trek back up in the woods and see what we can do tonight. Well, that was a long, wet four-wheeler ride for both of us. We got in here just in perfect time because the rain has stopped. Maybe with this rain letting off for a while, it might get them up on their feet. We got a break in it now, but it's supposed to start about 10:30, 11 o'clock, so it's gonna be a wet four-wheeler ride out. We both have a Snickers tonight, so Darren is not gonna stare at me while I eat my Snickers. We're both gonna have one. Heck, I'll throw mine on the ground and give it to the bear if it makes one come in. On most bear hunts over bait, you only hunt in the evenings. We spent a lot of time glassing and glassing through the woods to see if we could see that bear before he seen us. I loved how we could spot them before they spotted us. I thought we weren't going to see anything other than our small buddy on this hunt, but just as light's fading, the brown bear appeared on the ridge, and even though I could see through my burr scope and had great light, I knew I didn't want to risk this shot through the thick brush. So the evening of day 3, Kevin puts me into a stand, says a bear has been here every evening like clockwork for 3 evenings in a row. I said, hey, put me in, coach. I'll put a stop to that, meaning the bear's not gonna come in for me. Man, just the ups and downs of a hunt. You never can predict the future. Just when you think all the chips are, in your favor, it doesn't happen. And so this particular bear is coming in about 9 o'clock. See, this is how the bear curse haunts me. Put me in a stand where something is almost a guarantee, and I'll make it not happen. This evening, the bear that was coming in every evening didn't show.
I mean, some of these fish we catch are, 60, 70, 80 pounds, and people don't realize it till you see them right next to you how big they actually are.
Fire Lake gives back to the South Rock Creek Turkey Dinner through generous donation of resources.
Fire Lake Foods gives back by donating enough food to feed 250 people every week.
Fire Lake Discount Foods, your community grocer, making a difference.
You know, it's been said if you're not reaching back to help someone, you're not building your legacy.
Rainmaker's legacy began with our grandfather, then our father, who taught us success is more than just making money. It's about the relationships and making a difference.
We hope that when we give back to our community, we impact people's lives, improve their future, and our values are passed down to our children. Hopefully, we inspire other people to invest in our community.
If I could have another afternoon with my grandmother, I would be so blessed.
I'm very proud to be a Potawatomi. I always have been. That's the way I was taught.
If you keep that history alive, you keep the people alive.
The more that I learn about the Potawatomi culture, the more I see how it is still a part of my family and how those people, that is what my mom was. The things that she pursued, the things important to her, the things that she passed on to me.
The fight. You're a member of the tribe. You're part of the family. So that's real important.
Wonderful memories down here on this land, in this area. How friendly the people are.
Really?
No, that's fake news.
Find your elders and get all the information, no matter how busy you are.
I just want to say I am very proud of my family here.
Look at all these boys and girls. All we are doing here at One Nation Expo is preaching the outdoors. One Nation Fire Lake.
You ever lost a drone before?
Yeah, we don't talk about it. Not when somebody's flying a drone. Don't jinx me, Kevin. Man, last night was a doozy. We had a bear coming in every single evening at 9 o'clock, and as you just probably saw, it did not happen. Don't know what day 5 or 6 is going to entail, but tonight we'll put one down and worry about that later. We're going to jump on the four-wheelers and head back into the bush and get back in the stand. All right, we just got up in the tree. Man, it's crazy around here. We've got a bear that was on the bait. We've got a cub that was in the tree and still up in the tree. We've got the mama, I guess, circling the bait, waiting for Kevin to leave down here. You can probably hear the four-wheeler maybe running a little bit, but he's about to pull out of here and we're gonna get this hunt started. I'm gonna shut up, we're gonna sit down, and who knows, maybe we'll put one on the ground, maybe two. That's crazy they can climb that much. Yeah, I'm not gonna shoot this bear that I'm looking at through my burst scope, but it's just nice to dream every once in a while. That evening, as lights fading away, 2 bears are just camping out on the bait. And I check them out every once in a while, contemplating on shooting one, but I just can't bring myself to do it. I would rather go home empty-handed than kill a small bear. The opportunity to break the bear curse was right there in front of me.
Sure better action though.
Yeah, the beginning was crazy. We thought we were gonna have a hell of a night.
Yeah.
And then it was just that big lull in action, and then all of a sudden those 3 smaller ones at the end. We'll see on to day 5.
Yeah. Lots of times the last nights are the best.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I'm usually the first night guy.
Yeah.
Breaking my streak here.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go get some supper.
Go get some hamburgers.
Fire Lake gives back to the South Rock Creek Turkey Dinner through generous donation of resources.
Fire Lake Foods gives back by donating enough food to feed 250 people every week.
Fire Lake Discount Foods, your community grocer making a difference.
Welcome to Shawnee Feed Center. You want muck boots? We got them. You want Carhartt gear? We got them.
Vet supplies?
We got that too. We've got livestock feed that's made here locally since 1906. Dog food, pet food, we got that too. We got tons of it, literally. Seed and fertilizer, we got that too. We have cone seeders, we have discs, we have rototillers. So come and see us here at Shawnee Feed Center. We have everything that you need.
I came because I had an ill-fitting partial. I was extremely ashamed of my appearance and my smile. My first visit, I came in tears, and I was reassured by Dr. Hall about how everything was going to be okay. They was going to be able to help me. We followed that treatment plan around my budget. It is worth $1 million to me. I just feel beautiful.
Visit our website, implantsurgerycenter.com, to get your smile transformation started today.
We parked about 100 yards up the trail, walked down here. I'm not even going to put my bait cam up. We're not going to put any scent from here to the bait, which is about 50 yards away. We're after a big bear, and those big bears are smart. Hopefully, he comes back this evening. He's been missing for 2 days. He was in here at 9 a.m. this morning, and hopefully he didn't get very full and comes back in a little bit. We're going to sit back, be quiet, and wait on him to show up. Plain and simple. Day 5, Alberta black bear in Canada. Now, going through these past 5 days, I've been pretty optimistic. You know, I think it's going to happen every time we go out. Obviously, it hasn't, but in Canada, you're allowed to shoot 2 bears per hunter. I have 2 tags, and I have a choice to make. Going into the last evening, I could go into a stand where Kevin has this color-phased bear coming in with a beautiful coat every evening, and you know how that works. Or I could choose to go to a stand and possibly shoot 2 bear in one evening. My last evening, I'm going after the pretty bear. Last night, Alberta, Canada, and we're down to the wire. It is bottom of the 9th. We're the home team, and we're trying to hit a home run. I'm just kind of cursed by the black bear hunting curse, I guess, but we'll see what happens. I know it sounds like a broken record, but put me in a stand where the bear's coming in like clockwork, and my bear curse will prevail. I know you can't see the defeat on my face, but just know this was a very low point for me, spending the last 6 days in Alberta, and I have nothing to show for it. Well, just when you thought it was over, my first week in Alberta is come and gone, but Kevin has invited me back up in the fall for another week of bear hunting. And a quick few months later, I'm headed back up to Alberta. In the fall, you're hunting over bait just like you did in the spring. And we're hoping that this fall hunt brings the bears in ready to gorge themselves for the winter hibernation. Well, I guess this is round 2 in Canada, second trip. I was up here just a few months ago in May, and as you just seen, I struck out. Third evening here in Alberta, Canada, black bear. Kristen's still behind the camera, I'm behind the gun. Hopefully I can break this curse that has been haunting me for years. I cannot break this curse of black bear. Same old story, a couple hours before dark. Sit here and be quiet. Hopefully we can catch him sneaking in on here. With the bear curse in full effect and 8 days of not seeing a bear, the only benefit to this trip was having Kristen up there with me. And seeing this skunk come into the bait on the last day of the hunt was fitting for getting skunked on my bear hunt. I hope you're getting a good laugh of this. I guess I have to too, but seriously, I've got to do something to break this bear curse. This is my third time. Third time's not the charm. And for me, the bear curse continues.